Hi, this is Micornus Phokane, the leader and the founder of the Young Men Empowerment Forum. We are wrapping it up today with the topic that speaks about a leader that delivers versus the leader that destroys. And I've said in the beginning that there are leaders that deliver and make sure that things are successful, but there are those leaders that destroy the very same work that they've started, the very same work that they've developed for so many years, and end up destroying that because of poor leadership. And I'm teaching this because I would love you as a young man to learn out of this and start becoming a better leader of the future, so that you start looking at how do I therefore become a leader that delivers and builds instead of a leader that destroys the very same work that I've started. And I've said in the past as well that destroying the work is when you destroy the people. And sometimes you destroy the work by destroying the motivation of the people. And therefore, people don't want to work for you. It's because of how you lead them. And therefore, as they do not want to work for you, they either fold their arms and set you up for failure, or they basically, some of them resign, and you have turnover, a high turnover of people that don't want to work for you. I've said in the past as well, as we were teaching this, that people don't resign from jobs. People don't resign from employment, but people resign from leadership. They resign from their managers. They resign from the leader that they are under. And this is something that we should actually emphasize. It's something that should actually help you to learn a bit more. And I hope that you learn out of this as we emphasize that people resign from people that lead them, not from workplaces. So that's very important, that as a leader, therefore, you become careful of how you lead the people, how you project yourself towards your own people, because the way you do is going to determine whether you encounter what we call high turnover or not. That's very important. Now, one of the things that I want to emphasize today as we wrap it up is that a leader that builds, a leader that wants to see success, a leader that makes sure that things happen, the leader that that delivers is a leader that is mindful when using their power. Very mindful about using the power, because power can kill, power can destroy the people. But you'll realize that the people that are destroying, or leaders that are destroying, they are frightened of losing their power all the time. They're forever feeling like the power is actually slipping out of their hands. And as a result, they're defensive about their power. They want to remind everybody about their rule and iron fist rule and their power. They want to remind people that they are the ones who are in charge of the place. They want to remind people that they are the managers and they are the leaders. But that's not the way to go, young man. I want to urge you that if you want to win over your people, please be mindful about how you use your power. Don't remind people at all times. Don't threaten people. Don't instill fear in people, because when you do that, you're actually going to have high turnover, or you're going to actually develop stubbornness from your own people, and you'll find that they will not want to work for you. And as a result, we have seen people that becomes more rebellious. The more you tell them about your power, the more you oppress them, you make them feel you. When you want to make them feel your power, now what you are doing is you're destroying their loyalty to you. They don't want to work for you. They want to become rebellious. And you must have realized that as a leader, even a young child or a young baby, if you are controlling to them, if you're showing your power and try to tell them what to do at any given time, tell them or force them to do things that they don't want to do, you'll see that even a baby in your hand will shake and fight, and you'll see that this baby is angry with me. And the reason is because a human being is not meant to be controlled. And a human being needs to be inspired in order to follow you. The success of a human being is not the power that they are under. Because when you become dictator and use your power wrongly to people, you're making them to repel you. You're making them not to be able to support whatever vision that you put. And they would love always to prove a point to you that we're not going to follow what you want us to follow, because you're trying to oppress us. because no human being wants to be oppressed. And I'm emphasizing this, that as a young man, please learn not to frighten people, learn not to instill fear to people. There's no power that you're losing. If you are the leader, you are the leader. And please lead by example. Let people follow you every step that you're taking. Let them not feel threatened that they are forced to follow you because they are threatened. And that is dangerous when you start to do it that way. I'm emphasizing this because it's very key for us to understand that as a leader, you need to be exemplary in nature. As a leader, you need to do things that people will want to follow you, not because you force them to follow you. I'm emphasizing this. We need to know this. We need to make sure that things are actually led by a spirit of not coercing people into power, but a spirit of walking the walk, and people are influenced or they're inspired to follow you and do things according to your will, according to your way. So therefore, make sure that you don't actually feel threatened about your power. You're not losing it. You are the one who's in charge, so you don't need to remind anybody. You don't need to actually oppress people for them to feel your presence. You don't need to do that. And as a young man, please be careful of how you lead the people. And I want to emphasize that because it's very key to do so. The other thing that is actually a hallmark of a leader that is great, or a leader that is building, the leader that is delivering, is that they understand the politics of workplaces and politics of leading people. Very, very important. They understand there are politics in leading people. There are those that will be with the dynamics of influencing others negatively. There will be those that repel your leadership. There will be those that support you. So those are the politics of leadership. And you know that understanding the politics, you'll be able to navigate through that. But you'll realize that a leader that is destroying becomes political in nature. Not actually just understanding the politics, but becomes political. So in other words, they will choose sides. They'll start siding with other people and start oppressing other people. They'll actually make cliques and groups, and they will actually be factional in approach. And we have seen poor leaders are becoming factional. And I want to urge you as a young man who's aspiring to become a great leader, that when you become factional and become political in nature, and that nullifies your leadership, because a leader should be able to be unifying. You must be able to be in the middle, and both factions are actually loving you, and they're loving your approach. So you're not judgmental in nature, because people that are factional, people that are political, you become factional in nature. And as a result, when you become factional in nature, you cannot win the other group, because you've already chosen a side where you are. And therefore, your talk and your mediatory approach will not be acceptable, because everybody knows which side you belong to. So you are a factional person already, because you're political in nature. So therefore, you cannot win, because you are going to lose the support of other people. And when you lose the support of other people, you cannot make progress, because we can only make progress when we all agree, and together, united, we are one. And make sure that everything that we do, everybody buys into it. Remember that when you are understanding the politics, you will understand why people are not in agreement. You'll actually understand the conflicts that are developing and how did they come to be there. Now, because of that, then you know the political environment around there. There are those people that will hate each other because of language, some of them because of the color of their skins. So those are type of politics that would be there. But as a leader, you cannot be political. As a leader, you need to be apolitical, therefore, so that you don't divide the people according to color lines, according to religion, and all those. You become very apolitical in the reason that everybody should actually feel comfortable with you. Everybody should not feel imposed to do things that they don't want to do. And this is very key. Why I'm emphasizing that is because leaders that destroy have actually destroyed because of politics, because of being political in the nature of the groups that they're dealing with. divisive in nature of their approach, factional in the nature of their approach, favoring some and making sure that they don't favor some. And therefore, the people that they lead are forever vulnerable before them because they know this leader doesn't like me because he falls on the other faction that I am against. So, because of that, you're going to find yourself actually destroying the very same work that you've started. And that's the reason why I'm emphasizing that please, as a leader that builds, please understand the politics, but don't be political. And therefore, we know that somebody who's destroying will be political, divisive, and this person will be factional and therefore will not make progress in everything that happens. I'm wrapping it up there, and I'm finished here right now. This was part 5 of this great topic, and I hope you've learned out of this as well. Please make sure that you visit our YouTube channel. Make sure that you are clicking that subscription button, notification button as well, so that you're notified when we have posted videos of this type of teachings. Make sure that you follow us on Church Governance Solutions on Facebook, and also Micornus Phokane on Facebook, and make sure that you're part of these great teachings and you don't miss them at all. Notification is what you need to do. And as I'm checking out right now, so please allow me to say cheers for now.